Your card renews right now, this second, while you're watching this. No notification pulled you aside. No hesitation, no flinch, nothing at all. Compare that to handing over cash at a register. Your hand slows down, your stomach tightens, just slightly. That tiny flinch has a name, and your last 5 renewals never gave it a chance to fire. Nobody rang a bell, nobody asked you to decide. That silence isn't an accident. There's a gremlin living inside your billing cycle who's been erasing that flinch on purpose. In a moment, you'll get the exact counter move that puts the flinch back. Not another app, not another list, but a small structural trick that forces a decline notice at the one moment the gremlin needs you to skip. And by the end, you'll understand why willpower and being more mindful about subscriptions was always doomed to fail against him, and what actually reunites the decision with the payment for good. But first, picture the moment you hand over cash for something. Picture the moment you hand over cash for something. Your hand hesitates, your stomach tightens just slightly. That flinch has a name: pain of paying. It's your brain's built-in alarm, the thing that makes spending feel like spending. Now picture your last 5 subscription renewals. Did you feel anything at all? Probably not. No hesitation, no flinch, nothing. The money left your account exactly the same way it did last month and the month before that. Nobody rang a bell. Nobody asked you to decide. That silence isn't an accident. It's engineered, and there's a gremlin behind it who's been living inside your billing cycle this whole time. Call him the Autopay Gremlin. His entire job is to separate the moment you decide to buy something from the moment you actually pay for it. Behavioral economists call this decoupling, and once you see it, you can't stop seeing it. When decision and payment happen at the same instant, like handing over cash, your brain registers a cost. When they're pulled apart by weeks or months, the alarm never fires. The Autopay Gremlin doesn't need to convince you a subscription is worth keeping. He just needs to make sure you never feel the moment you'd actually think about it. This isn't a guess about how your brain works. Researchers George Lowenstein and Drazen Prelex spent years studying this exact pain of paying effect, showing how the method and timing of payment change how much a purchase actually hurts. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely later built on that same work, showing how easily the sting of paying can be dulled or removed entirely. Credit cards already blunt it compared to cash because the swipe and the bill land on different days. Autopay takes that same trick and runs it on a loop forever. The gremlin isn't picking your pocket once, he's got a standing order. Here's the part that should genuinely surprise you. It's not that you're careless with $15 a month. It's that $15, spread across a renewal date you don't track, sits below the threshold your brain even bothers to register as spending. One streaming service, one cloud storage plan, one app you tried in January. None of them alone feels like anything. Your brain isn't built to sum up a dozen invisible small charges into one big number. It only reacts to friction, and the Autopay Gremlin made absolutely sure there's none left for you to feel. So carry that thought forward. If your brain can't sum up a dozen invisible charges into one number, you have to do the summing yourself. Sit down and actually name, out loud or on paper, every single thing renewing on your card this month. Most people can list 2 or 3 before they stall. What's actually running in the background of your account right now, and how long has it been since you looked? That's worth sitting with, and worth saying in the comments, because you're almost certainly not alone in not knowing. Here's the twist the gremlin is counting on you never noticing. This isn't a willpower problem, so willpower can't fix it. Telling yourself to be more mindful about subscriptions is exactly the kind of advice that fails, because mindfulness needs a trigger, and Autopay was designed to remove every trigger you'd otherwise get. You can't flinch at a charge you never see happen. Which means the fix isn't a better memory or more discipline. The fix is putting friction back into a system that was built specifically to have none. So here's the actual counter-move, and it's architectural, not behavioral. Open a separate card or account used for nothing but recurring charges and leave it deliberately underfunded, funded manually by you once a month. When a renewal tries to fire and there isn't enough sitting there, you get a decline notice instead of a silent success. That decline is the flinch the gremlin took away from you. It forces a decision at the exact moment decisions used to disappear. That one small structural change does something Autopay never allows. It reunites the decision with the payment. Funding that account each month becomes its own 5-minute ritual. And during that ritual, you're forced to look at what's actually pulling from it. You're not relying on remembering to check a statement you'll skim past anyway. You're rebuilding the exact friction that cash used to give you for free and putting it back where the gremlin removed it. The Autopay Gremlin doesn't want you angry at your subscriptions. He wants you to never notice they're there long enough to be angry. Every recurring charge in your life right now is quietly betting that separation between decision and payment holds forever. Rebuild that friction once, in one account, and you take back the one moment he needs you to skip. So take a look at what's renewing on your card this week, and tell everyone in the comments the subscription you genuinely forgot you were still paying for.